So news broke out today of, if you watch boxing, you probably already knew about this way earlier. Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin for May 5th has been called off. I'm a huge boxing fan. I love boxing. I was looking forward to this rematch, but a lot of complications happened along the way, leading to this cancellation of the fight. Canelo Alvarez tested positive twice back in February. They had two blood samples, or not blood samples, I think blood samples. They did two different tests, and those came back early March. And I guess he had traces of clenbuterol, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Clenbuterol, and they said those are traces connected to the possibility of it being from tainted meat over in Mexico, which athletes in the past have tested positive for that, and I guess Mexico does have an issue with clenbuterol in the meat, or I don't know how they roll over there. So, but yeah, they're saying that Canelo probably had some bad meat, and that's where that came from. What's kind of weird is the test sample, or the drug test, sorry, from 3 days prior to that one where it had traces, had 10 times the amount of clenbuterol. With failing two drug tests, they suspended him till the 11th of this month to wait. I don't know what they were going to do, what they suspended him from doing exactly. I'm assuming that it's just a suspension from fighting. If you're hearing April 11th that you're suspended from that time they received the drug test and you turned out positive to the 11th of this month, your fight's not until May 5th. So I mean, I don't know what they're suspending you from doing exactly, from eating more meat, from going to the gym. I don't know. So the Nevada, I forget what it's called, the Nevada State Athletics Commission, I think that's how it goes. They filed a complaint against Canelo Alvarez, and they pushed that up to the 18th instead of the 11th. And today, they announced Canelo was stepping away from the fight. He's withdrawing from the fight. They weren't sure. Like, there was a lot of signs saying that this wasn't probably going to happen. A lot of us thought, they'll probably go through anyways. It wouldn't be right. I mean, if you're testing positive, you're testing positive, whether it's by accident or not, which, we'll get to that part later in a moment here. But they gotta, if they're gonna set the rules that if you test positive for this, we gotta, other guys have been in trouble and they've gotten disciplined. So because it's a big name boxer, big name fighter, superstar, moneymaker, you're gonna start making special rules for these people. Then you're gonna look bad. You're gonna look like a schmuck. So if you're gonna enforce those rules, you gotta enforce those rules across the board. So a lot of people are finally, this is double-edged sword. On one hand, we don't get to fight. On the second hand, we're seeing that they're not messing around. When they say we're not messing around with failing drug tests, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're a no-name or if you're a big name. So, but yeah, I mean, they're withdrawing from the fight. There's still going to be a fight May 5th. Gennady Golovkin's team and Gennady on social media today, actually, Golovkin posted that there will be a fight May 5th. He just doesn't know who's gonna be stepping in the ring with him. So he's gonna still put all his belts on the line. At this point, a couple names have been thrown: Charlo, Dan Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders. And though I would love any one of those fights, the reality is this: Jacobs and Charlo both have scheduled fights for later this month. So. And a lot of people say, oh, well, this is a big opportunity. They can drop those fights. They work for someone. So if the boss says, hey, we already booked the venue, we signed the contracts, and we have a fight set, you're not dropping this to go fight that dude on short notice like this. That's bad for business, because if he knocks you out, messes you up or whatever, because you weren't training properly, because you only had like 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks to train, it's not good for me. So to me, Jacobs and Charlo are out of the picture. Then you have Billy Joe Saunders, who is down to fight. Even posted on social media, he's down to fight on the 16th or in September. So even if they go that route with Billy Joe, it's not until September later this year because Billy Joe Saunders has a fight, I believe, in June against Martin Murray, another boxer. So it's like all the three names are already compromised. They already have fights scheduled and they have something going on. So who knows who Gennady's fighting? But as far as the Canelo situation, I'm kind of pissed off about it. I was looking forward to this fight because this guy was eating tainted meat, and we get to that. He acknowledges in his little press conference today when they're talking about why they're stepping back from this fight that there's a problem in Mexico with the meat, and other athletes have been busted. It's like, so knowing this, you still ate that meat. First off, second, you're a millionaire, you're a multi-millionaire, you're a big name in boxing. If you see other athletes are testing positive for this stuff, eating the meat in Mexico, you live in Mexico, you know what's up in Mexico with that meat. If you weren't from Mexico, I'd understand, okay, maybe you didn't know. But this is where it gets kind of weird because you live in Mexico, you know there's a problem. You see other boxers test positive for this stuff. You see I think like the whole soccer team tested positive for stuff. So you see and you hear and you know this stuff. And you still, ahead of a big fight, are still gonna risk that. So it's kind of sketchy. It's like, we ain't buying that. First time in your whole career you test positive for something and it's the meat. You didn't know about this? What, would live under a rock or something? Come on. That'd be like, okay, for example, there's a Circle K down the street from my job. It'd be like, okay, my job does random drug testing like every week. And people go to this this Circle K and get coffee every day. We have people in and out getting coffee. And a couple of co-workers get drug tested, and it turns out, hey, you have traces of, just throw something out there, you have traces of cocaine in your system. And those employees be like, oh, dang, I don't do cocaine. I don't snort cocaine. I'm none of that. It must be from the coffee from Circle K. Okay. And me seeing this, let's say it goes on for a while, so I'm aware of this because it's a Circle K down the street from my job, and I see my coworkers are getting busted for traces of cocaine from the coffee that they're buying from this Circle K. Why in the right mind would I go to that Circle K to buy coffee? It'd be like me knowing this, seeing this. It'd be like a coworker, hey, I got busted for this. It was from that coffee. Oh, what? Okay, I bet. Knowing all that, and I still go over there and drink that coffee, knowing everything I know, and then get surprised when they drug test me, and it's like, Hector, you have traces of cocaine in you. The sample we took the drug test from 3 days before this one has 10 times the amount of cocaine in it, which means one of two things: either you were drinking a lot of coffee there, or you're snorting some coke. One of the two. So it looks funny, right? I mean, I could blame it on the coffee, but if I know all this stuff, and I've never tested positive in these random drug tests at work, and all of a sudden, everyone, that tested positive, it's the coffee, and it turns out it is the coffee, whatever, but I never test positive. I go drink that same coffee knowing all I know. Also, I turned up positive. It's sketchy. So it is what it is. I'm disappointed. There's still going to be a fight. We're just going to have people over. It is still a weekend. Just because the fight got canceled doesn't mean food has to be canceled. We're going to have friends over, family. So, I mean, it'll still be a fun weekend. No big deal, whatever. Kind of disappointed with the whole fight situation, but there's still going to be a fight. Not the one I want to watch, not the one many boxing fans wanted to watch, but there'll be a fight nonetheless. So that's just my thoughts on that. I know at this point there's a lot of I follow a couple of boxing groups on social media, and there are some that are still defending Canelo like tooth and nail. Yeah, no, he's innocent. It's not his fault. Some even saying that, good thing for Triple G that Canelo pulled out. He was gonna whoop him. It's like, you guys just don't see, if I like a fighter, I'm gonna hold him accountable for his crap. When the Pacquiao Mayweather fight happened, I knew dang well Pacquiao wasn't gonna win that fight, but I like Pacquiao. I don't like Mayweather's personality much, and all. That's why I lean more towards Pacquiao. But when he lost fair and square. And I was like, whatever. You know, it was a good fight. And then he busted, my right shoulder. Oh, it's like, okay, look, I'm a fan of yours, but knock a tomfoolery off. Your shoulder was perfectly fine throughout that fight. It was perfectly fine when you were raising it. Oh, you thought you won. So don't come side with those excuses. These guys are professional athletes. They know what they're doing. They know what they're putting in their system. I mean, come on. Eating kind of tacos from the little washed up, sketchy corner. I mean, you're a multimillionaire. You couldn't have your chef go, hey, pick up some more gas. We know there's an issue here in Mexico. Don't get that tainted stuff. I got a big fight ahead of me. So, sucks, but whatever. So, you want to give your thoughts on that? You want to give your thoughts on the whole situation of the fight being canceled or Canelo stepping back? He still got a hearing on the 18th. You want to give your thoughts on that? Go ahead and do so in the comment section. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for you guys. So, oh well, still Cinco de Mayo, and it's still happening.